Welcome to the Interprise Suite presentation, Accounting Part 2. This presentation demonstrates how to close a financial period using the wizard and how to print financial statements. When closing a financial period, Interprise Suite uses a wizard. This makes sure that you post all the desired transactions and print all the reports that you need to evaluate prior to closing the period. When closing the period, we'll first go to the Accounting Module, then we'll go to the Period option and select Close Period. This will bring up the month-end process wizard. This will step us through to make sure we don't forget to handle any postings or review any reports. So I'll just click on Next, and then this steps you through the Customer Module, the Supplier Module, Banking, and Accounting to make sure that you do everything properly. So first, if I click with the customer, it shows any documents that I need to take care of. In this case, sales orders that are still open, so I'd review those. Then I'd click on Supplier. I don't have any. Banking, I don't have any transactions there to process. Accounting, I don't have any process recurring transactions there either. Then when I get to the journals, it would list all of the journal transactions so I can review those. If I have any accruals, stock transactions, if you use multiple currencies, bad debt provisions, I have one, so I might want to go ahead and write that off before the period's over. I could check that out. Then my batch posting, I have 3 batch postings I've set up and I haven't posted yet. And then it lists all the reports that you might want to do prior to closing the period. Once you've reviewed all the reports, you would go ahead and close the period. And once you do that, then you'll click on Next, and that'll finish the process. So I go ahead and click on Close the Period, and then it shows the transactions here, and I just click on Close the Period, and that finishes it. So that's all you have to do, but by using the wizard, it steps you through to make sure that you don't forget to post transactions, to review certain transactions that are pending, and to go through the critical reports for the end of the month. When printing financial statements, you can accept the default financial statements and begin using the accounting system immediately. You can also modify the default financial statements, or you can create your own formats if you choose. You can print the financial statements for any period. You can change the parameters for the statements at any time. If you add chart of account codes, the new codes will be included in your financial statements automatically. When it comes time to prepare and print your financial statements, you do that from the Accounting Module, and you would go to the Financial option and click Financial Reports. Then the reports show here. If you want to print one of your standard financial statements using settings that you used in a previous month, you just click on whichever report you want to print. And then it's ready, and you would click on Quick Print. If you want to change the settings, click on Customize, and then change any of the settings that you've set up. If you want to compare values, you can click in that box and show the comparative values. Okay. Once you've done that, then you would go ahead, select the report, and do the quick print. If you want to change any of your filters, you can do that as well, or you can select the filter from the drop down. So that's all there is to preparing and printing the financial statement on a monthly basis if you just want to change parameters or accept what you've had before. If you would prefer to create your own financial statements from scratch or modify the default financial statements, then you'd simply stay in the accounting module, go over to the setup, and select financial layout. Then all the layouts would show up here. If you want to modify an existing one, you would just select that particular one and then just double click on it and it will show up. And as you can see, it lists all the rows with the groups and subgroups, and you can drill down wherever you please. And then wherever it has a summary, it lists all the rows that are included in that summary. So you're subtotaling all those all the way down to the bottom. So you can go ahead and modify an existing one and then save it, and you'll have that one. Or if you want to create a new one completely from scratch, you just click down here and say which basic format it is, and then double click on it and start from scratch and lay out the layout exactly the way you want it to go. Other options that are included in the accounting module: you can enter prepayments, you can create accruals, you can set up bad debt, you can write off the bad debt. You can have recurring journal entries such as depreciation that you do every month. If it's the same exact transaction, then you can go ahead and set that up as a recurring one and do it each month. You have a full-blown audit trail, so you can check to see every transaction, everything that's happened with it, and who did it. If you want to post transactions or make adjustments to prior periods or prior years, you can do that. If you want to keep track of your accounts payable and accounts receivable, you can do that from the accounting module. As far as the accounts receivable goes, it displays a full-blown, it shows each customer, and you can set it up as your net, as your 30, 60, 90, and you can see where they stand as far as whether you owe them money or they owe you money, how much is 30 days overdue, 60, 90, and so forth. You see your totals down at the bottom. Same way with accounts payable. If I go ahead and click on that, I can see the accounts payable and shows all your suppliers, and again I can make that 30, 60, 90, so then I can show if I'm 30 days late, 60, over 90, over 120, and I can see the totals along the bottom. So I can also reevaluate my inventory or my currency, and all these things can be done from the accounting module. As far as the accounting report, there are lots of built-in accounting reports that come with the system. You have the report writer where you can create your own, or you can modify any of these reports. This concludes our Accounting Part 2 demonstration. Thank you for taking the time to consider Interprise Suite. For more information, please contact us using one of the following 4 sources. Again, thank you so much for taking the time to take a look at Interprise Suite.